Good afternoon, Gemini. This is your career and finance reading for Gemini for the month of December. So calling in Spirit to give us true and precise messages for Gemini. True and precise messages. Actually, let me put my mic on. True and precise messages for Gemini for the month of December. True and precise messages for finance for Gemini for the month of December. Ooh, nice. King of Wands. That's this week. In the beginning. Gemini. Career and finance for Gemini Spirit. Career and finance for Gemini. Career and finance for Gemini. Oh, my bad. Still need three. What was I thinking? That's week 1, week 2, week 3. 3 more cards for Gemini Spirit. 3 more cards for Gemini. Career and finance. Somebody's going to have a sticky situation at work if these cards don't come out very easy. Oi! What do you got to play like that for? Starting this week off, actually, this would be like yesterday, today. This week is with healing. Oh, okay. Hang on. Healing your broken heart. And King of Wands. So this first 3 here is this week. And today's Tuesday, right? So I think all day. Yeah, so you're healing a broken heart this today, yesterday, possibly. So this side up, someone left and it wasn't working out, whatever the case may be. Maybe it was a 3-party situation. There are 3 swords. That's usually how this card is read. But that's, you put this to rest. You're going within and, you're pulling out those swords. You're cutting the cords, the negative energy to it. Ask Archangel Michael perhaps to come in and fill the voids with unconditional love for self so that it will heal immediately so that you can move forward in your day from day-to-day energy without resentment, right? So then you have the King of Wands moving forward, listening to your higher self. The figure 8 is just like the circle of life, the intertwining communication, positive communication that blossoms, brings positive things to you. And the sun is here. You've come out of your cave. Perhaps you recently were in hermit mode, but you're listening to your higher self. You're stepping into your power, having strength and having courage to move forward. and to take a good look at yourself and this situation that caused this broken heart, perhaps, to just to kind of reflect lessons you can take away from it, from your higher perspective, I'm hearing. Something to do with this Page of Cup, where when you received this cup of love that the person was offering you, you realized that the cup was empty of emotion and just had a dead fish in it. There was no love inside this cup that was being offered to you, and it was just a dead fish. Perhaps someone lives close by the water because it looks like a beach scene here. You thought this was going to blossom, and it did not. Maybe this was in the workplace, and this is your career and finance, but this is what your overall energy for this week is regarding. So whether you still have the week off work or it's someone you work with, one of the two. Next week, starting off next Monday or Sunday, with the Fool card, you're taking the leap forward with passion in what you're headed for, not looking back. You've received an aha moment, or like a messenger from one of your spirit guides saying, you know, you need to move forward, leave this mess behind, go forward to something that's not in the stormy clouds, something where the sun shines, that brings you passion. With these lotus flowers down here, and they're wide open, showing that, you know, there is unconditional love in your heart still, there is passion still, and a lot of emotions, but calm waters is where you are headed. And not looking back. Thank you, Spirit. So perhaps you're moving to another work site. Maybe you're changing locations of where you work, or jobs altogether. But in the center of your reading for next week is that you're leaving behind things that no longer serve you. Some of these things that were no longer serving you were because of lies that were told. Some were because of partial truths, not complete truths. And then you're departing the scene, more or less, to calmer waters, with the Seven of Swords. This is also sneaky energy, like we said here with the lies or partial truth, still sneaky, deceptive energy. Okay, so Nine of Wands, feeling trapped typically, but to me this signifies the sun is coming out here because you're moving forward. You're taking your wand of communication to greener pastures, per se, where the sun is shining. You notice here some of these wands are in the clouds, so things are like kind of cloudy. The communication wasn't that great. For some reason it wasn't working out. Things were getting mixed up, perhaps. But some of these wands for communication, they blossomed, they bloomed, and they had promise or potential. But you're taking this wand here and moving forward for clarity. Do we have Pentacles? Wow. Okay. Well, you got the Five of Pentacles. That's the only Pentacles in your work. Wow. A lot going in your work life. Or maybe someone's out of work. Maybe that's why there's little going on. Or there's someone's relationship is basically revolving work, or you just, perhaps you're self-employed and you work with, probably takes more prominent of a purpose, would be if you work self-employed but work with the person that you were in a relationship with. That could explain why that it's more about communication and relationship. Nonetheless, when we clarify, we'll get more Pentacles, perhaps. Ten of Cups, the third week of December. So the third week of December, you're singing like a canary, man. You are happy, you've got blossom, things are blossoming, you're making your pentacles, you have love. Everywhere you've got your wish fulfillment. Things are blooming and shining bright. You have a new love or someone from the past that you can grow old together with, retire with, and build your pentacles for your nest egg. together. The Empress is here to birth that new beginning, that bird that you were with over here. Is the Empress card. She's birthing a new beginning. The sun is out shining on your heart and your cup of love, your unconditional love for yourself. Positive communication is bringing forth fruition as well, but you're definitely moving on, perhaps literally moving or traveling with the Empress for this new beginning elsewhere. And again, not looking back. From the water, it looks like you're moving westerly. If you live in the East Coast, it looks like you're moving towards the west or central. If you live out west, then you'd be more obviously central or east. But you're moving away from water here, away from the beach front, whoever that's for. A lot of fighting. This is a very turmoil, ice cold, like an iceberg. I am feeling like the iceberg snake energy as well on this card. Whoever you've been dealing with, all these wands, a bunch of them came in and picked these wands up and started fighting and bickering. A lot of gossip I'm seeing here with this card. You felt very defensive, very much emotional, but you were trying to keep your emotions covered up, although their words, their actions were very cold and cutting. You were trying to rise above it with your wand here in the center. You were trying to rise above and get out of all this mess that's around you. Very low vibrational energy with that card. But the fourth week, of course, you're going to come up as the Queen of Pentacles. You will have transformed fully into your beautiful butterfly. You will have wings and ready to fly. Lively like this little bunny rabbit down here. You'll be youthful feeling. Perhaps it's because of this new love, this new Empress, your new job, because you move. And you're moving away from all that bickering. Just don't take the bickering with you. Blossoms. Things are going to, you're going to be very passionate, Queen of Pentacles. Working hard for your pentacles, listening to your higher self, using the gifts that the divine has given you, standing proud. Here you are looking back though, kind of reflecting, feeling nostalgic of how far, of how far you've come since your transformation. It amazes you how far you've come. Page of Swords, speaking your truth. I'm surprised it's not the Queen of Swords. Speaking your truth, the sword, you're taking it with you. You had to fight to escape the situation. You lost some feathers here, flying through the ice storm, the clouds, lightning. It's just been hit and miss of all this fighting and bickering in the workplace with a lot of gossip, a lot of behind the scenes. Perhaps you're not even aware of some of this bickering. It's all been perhaps behind your back. Nonetheless, Page of Swords, speaking the truth and moving forward out of here, he says. Why? Because Five of Pentacles, you felt left out in the cold. You had a nest egg built up, but others kept picking it apart, making it taste spoiled to you. Like you couldn't enjoy it because it was spoiled with all this drama, leaving you very feeling left out in the cold, like abandoned. A lot of emotions in this card. Sadness. Ashamed. You feel ashamed as well. Perhaps you had some part in some of this, or ashamed that you couldn't fix it, or ashamed that they found out about something. Oh, maybe even a little self-pity here, but it's very sad emotional energy. The World card here is the closing of this cycle and the beginning of the new. Remember over here you went through that transformation, that butterfly that you are now, that closed out that cycle. You have the opportunity for the new beginning. You have the strength of the lion and the energy of a raging bull to move forward, to plow through any obstacle that's going to hinder your growth. You're going within and doing the inner healing, stepping into your power to create and to be a co-creator. Spirit, clarify the Three of Swords in reverse. Clarify the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. With the Nine of Swords, you felt trapped like the Nine of Swords, but Spirit was there to give you a hand up. You just had to lift your head and see. As the Hierophant, you had to learn, you come out of it a Hierophant, you had to learn to tame the dragon within you. Perhaps this is an overindulgence, I hear, is your dragon. For some, it's jealousy and temper. Competitiveness as well. Is that a word? Competitiveness. Sorry about that. King of Wands. There's our King of Wands. Yeah, the King of Wands had to step up. What broke his heart, what this transformation took a toll on him. I don't know why it plays here though. Excuse me. Spirit showed you, kind of like the Ebenezer Scrooge story, and I probably have said this every time this card comes up this last few readings, but this is the Ebenezer Scrooge like thing where Spirit showed this person their past way of being, the masks they were wearing, the pretense they were acting, and all the hateful things that they did, which caused all this drama. He was shown the things that the lies, deceit, the betrayal of others that he was conducting, and how he was conducting himself, but yet putting on a different mask each time so that he felt like he was innocent or thought he could fool them. Spirit showed them all this and dragged him around so he could be enlightened of his true self, his true colors. But also along with that was the Four of Drums, the greed. He's holding on to his material possessions thinking that that's what made him who he is. But yet it was a faulty foundation. He was clinging to something that had to be crumble down, be brought down to the bare foundation so that it could be built back up fresh and strong. After that, Spirit said, this is the Ten of Drums now, Ten of Coins, putting an end to being that zombie mentality of not seeing what was in front of him by giving him the transformation and rebirth, and now he can celebrate the new him without a mask. Clarify the Ace of Cups without any love. No love for self. Maybe this is no self-love since he wore all those masks. Three-party situation, something stinks here, and there were rocks thrown. Somebody was pretending to be something they were not. Someone was, well, a mask would definitely be in that category. This is three men, not that it matters. Someone didn't want to open up. Someone was closed off to their emotions. Felt that they were better than someone else, perhaps. This is the Princess of Drums, the bear, going within, healing themselves with unconditional love, healing and loving unconditionally those around them. This is the bear, mama bear with the cub, where she's the protector and nurturer. So this is her nurturing herself or himself, since whatever case. Okay, the Fool card. Right by the Fool card. This new beginning. Whee! Yeah. Wow. This person When do you want to start a new place? I'm sorry. There's a lot of energy. Someone had to took a long look in the mirror and saw the man in the mirror wasn't who he wanted him to be. Saw that the man in the mirror was not who he thought he was, or who he wanted others to see him as. He needed to change the man in the mirror. In order to be the change, you need to change the man in the mirror. Again, Spirit's showing him all the many people that were around his life crumbling, and people are watching him as he lets at his own hand, he's really being, his life is crumbling, falling apart. It's almost a tower moment here where his life just keeps falling apart worse and worse, but at his own demise, he's self-sabotaging himself, wearing these multiple masks, but yet everyone else around sees through the falsity. He doesn't even know that they see through the falsity, or sees that he's wearing a mask. Whew. Swords. 7 swords. This might be a boss. Since you started off with a Hierophant, it's usually a manager, supervisor, or boss. Yeah, things were getting out of control, so he wanted to leave, but he felt like he was being kicked out, like he was fighting to survive. He was falling over the cliff and fighting to survive. Things just were so out of control. Three of Wands there. He made a bad decision. He chose wrong. He chose someone who did not have his best interest at heart, that was not there to protect him or to help him. He chose wrong. Spirits just keep saying he chose wrong. He made the wrong choice, Spirit said. Who to trust, who to stay with. This is your broken heart, maybe too. The Wands, 9 of Wands, manifesting a new beginning. This is the Magician card. He has all the tools within him. Spirit is bringing him out of the dark with this transformation and showing him he has all the tools within him to manifest what he wants, a new beginning, to be a better person, to be enlightened, to get away from the devil energy that he was allowing to chase him everywhere he goes. People were watching everywhere, that he thought that he could escape the devil energy, but even other people could see that he couldn't. Okay, 10 of Cups. Clarify 10 of Cups. I hope we get Pentacles pretty soon. In other words, this guy definitely needs a new job. But so far, all he's got is 5 Pentacles with this career. This is not going to resonate for everyone, clearly. Now, bits and pieces might, as far as a section, but the whole storyline might not resonate with you. Alright, there were some illusions in the workplace. People were trying to elude you, perhaps, but you saw what it was and you turned your back to it. That was the 10 of Cups, because you decided to turn your back to that illusion, which was the right choice. Clarify this Empress. Clarify the Empress. I don't know if we have to clarify the Empress, but yes, the Empress was here before you make that move. This all was yes, you made the right choice here, and it was a test. Spirit said you had to go into hangman mode. This is the initiation phase. Some of these things that were put before you were a test. You chose wrong in the test, in the initiation. And here you decided the second time around to choose correctly. So this may have taken you more than one cycle, more than, the ending of a cycle, starting anew. This situation lasted more than 1 or 2 cycles. I'm hearing quite a few actually, but in the last few cycles, you chose wrong more than once. You chose wrong. You chose someone that was only there to hurt you, to not for your better, not for your higher good. I don't even know if those are words, but not for your highest good. But this last time you finally chose to turn your back to that illusion, the seductress type energy perhaps. So then you pass that initiation phase so that you can move forward. Spirit says, and that's the truth with the Ace of Swords. When this appears, it means that statement was true. It also means they're shooting for the stars with truth, coming into their truth for a brighter tomorrow. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. Yes, Spirit. When Spirit said you passed that initiation, they took you from that tree and plopped you in your throne. Not that he's very happy about being an emperor, but he's going to step up to the plate, Spirit said. He's going to be an emperor. He has a mission, a sole purpose that he came here to do. And now that he's passed the initiation and got to the next phase, this is his assignment, more or less. And he needs to step it up. So Spirit plopped him in this throne. And I'm going to show you up close so you can see. He doesn't look real happy. He's all slouched down in his throne. I don't know if you could see. Hard to hold my hand up that long. The Fool card says you're taking the leap of faith forward. You're not letting anything hold you back this time. You're going over that cliff, trusting Spirit has your back. Not literally. Please don't jump off the cliff. Queen of Pentacles. Clarify Queen of Pentacles, Spirit. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles, who is rich, abundant in all things. Who's this Queen? I don't feel like it's not them, but maybe the person they're with. No, maybe it's them. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So you finally turned your back on all the things that were attacking you, leaving you clouded judgment. So you turned your back. This is an ending to that way of being. A Ten of Bones. Coming up is the Queen of Pentacles, because Spirit has sent in the white buffalo spirit, calf spirit woman, with a message, and the message is that you will be abundant in all things. You are now blessed with your crown as a Queen of Pentacles. Because you passed your initiation, you've taken that throne. What was the king of? The king was... Oh, it was the Emperor, it wasn't King. But you have the Empress here too, so Page of Swords, clarify Page of Swords, the Page of Truth, Messenger of Truth. Yep, Queen. Oh, yes. Okay, so you came across, obviously this would be a King of Pentacles if you're a guy or a girl, whatever. It's King or Queen of Pentacles, put it that way. But your High Priestess is here, that the spirit calf woman brought in. Okay. Your High Priestess is here from the divine, for divine connection, to help you be a partnership together in your spiritual path, your mission, and be abundant in all things for this new cycle going forward. The High Priestess, of course, knows that without darkness there is no light, and there's mercy and unconditional love from the High Priestess, not worrying about all those things of past that were a darker side, because she understands the transformation, the rebirth has occurred, understands that she knows the truth behind all the lies that were told. She knows the truth because the veil is removed. To a High Priestess, she is the all-knowing, but she just doesn't speak of it because those were things that not need to be spoken. She heals the inner child of herself and of her divine counterpart and others. She's also healing hands. She's blessed with many gifts within her that knows how to use them. So very spiritual and in her power and in her truth. Ace of Rocks, Ace of Cups, a new beginning in love, unconditional love for self and others. Clarify the 5 of coins. 5 of pentacles, please. Clarify the 5 of pentacles. Let's bring in some more pentacles. But with the high priestess, there is a partnership for your mission. Your sole purpose will be abundant in all things. And she is your 2 of cups. Equal give and take, equal nourishment to one another. Bringing you out of the cold, bringing you out of feeling low, the sad emotional state. She will heal you. You no longer have to be someone you aren't. This man here is dressed like a bear trying to be someone he's not. Putting an end to that. Putting an end to having to be thrown from spirit into position of power because you're going to surrender, spirit says. So 8 of bones, 8 of wands. No longer have the Knight of Wands is communicating, but also that player energy, no longer being a player. And the King of Wands, it's been a long battle. You've had to battle this demon both within you, but also those around you, while others stood by and watched. Your Empress also heals you, and you know that she heals you. She tames the snake and the animals around her. You think she's beautiful, and you see her as she just glows. This is also your high priestess, the Empress. She's the high Empress before she becomes the high priestess. She also births the new beginnings. She also births your children if you aren't taking precaution. Spirit says that you also have healing hands. You have healing energies within you to heal this man here. Spirit's giving you, he's given you the gifts of healing hands, and there's birds around you as synchronicities to remind you of these gifts within you. Again, a closing of an old cycle and a beginning of a new, and the promise you will be abundant in all things. Anything else for this reading? Career and finance, Spirit. 5 of Cups. Yeah, and then to no longer feeling out in the cold, that you know that you've been divinely guided and protected by Spirit. The 10 of Rocks, 10 of Cups is end of the old way, and you planted seeds for a new beginning. The moon was on the bottom. Anybody wants to know? I don't know if that was meant to fall. Yes, you're being showered with gifts. This is the Page of Rocks, Messengers. Spirit says you are receiving downloads and being showered with blessings around you because the gifts are in your hands. Anything else? Anything else concerning this read? I don't know if that one was. Okay. Knight of Wands, he's surrendered to the divine for that new beginning of Pentacles, a start over, a do-over with Ace of Pentacles with this new cycle. Anything else? Definitely I'll go with the oracles. We get the 4 of Wands, stability, happy ever after, your wish fulfillment. Very good, true, precise messages. This Gemini's career and finance. Did they get a new job? I want to know. Moving on. So Spirit says yes. Woo! You're going to be moving on from that other job and moving on, and we saw that in one of the cards. You're going to be moving away from the water, or away from the ocean front, right? And the Spirit says, spread your wings and fly and shine with your inner light within you, because the gifts are within you, and shine. Trust, for you are the master of your own manifestations. Anything else there? Oops, okay. And then share the love. Aww, that's beautiful. Although, let's see. Anything from the angel cards. So it's Gemini. For career and finance, new job, how's it going to go? Their blessings from Spirit. Any advice? Great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. It looks like in this reading, Spirit's going to change things. So if you want to make these better changes or improvements before it comes to down the last week of December, make those changes now in the beginning of December, so that it avoids the tower moment as well. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what is it you would do? That's your soul purpose, your mission that Spirit wants you in. I hope this helps for your month of December, career and finance. Have a blessed day.